Hello and welcome. Today we're going to look how to construct a cone interpenetrated by a cylinder. So we have this diagram, this is our cone, and we have the smallest cylinder here of diameter 40. Diameter of our cone is 70, and then we have the height of the cone is 90. Then we've been given this distance from this point S to this S as 20 millimeters, and then from the base to the center of our smallest circle or our smallest cylinder is 30 millimeters. So our first step, we are going to copy these views and draw the complete plan and line of intersection of the cone and a cylinder. So these are our views. So from there, we're going to draw a semicircle on this other end. And remember, we've been told that the diameter of our semicircle is 40. So I'm going to open my compass to this other end and draw a semicircle. So that is my semicircle. I'm going to divide this semicircle into 6 equal parts. I'm going to divide into 6 equal parts. Then I'm going to join to the center of my semicircle. So we join to the center of our semicircle. So we already have the 6 subdivisions. So you can have here 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, and finally 0. So we are going to project all these points to this other end. I'm going to use my T-square to project these lines. To the other end. So from point 1 to that other end. From point 2 to the other end. I have this point 3 to the other end. I have this other 2 to that end. I have point 1 and finally point 0. To the other end. Remember, we also have this, the lower 0. So I'm going to project this point 0 to the other end. So we have this one is 0 prime, 1 prime, 2 prime, we have 3 prime, we have 2 prime, 1 prime, and 0 prime. So we have those points. So we're going to drop all these points to touch the center line. Going to drop all those points to touch our center line. So I'm going to use my set square. So we have this point 0, point 1, point 2, point 3, all the points. So we have those points. I can complete my center line. So we have this line, this is O, then we have 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, and finally 0. From there, let us complete this side of our plan. So we have this line, so I'm going to drop this line. I'm going to drop this line downwards. Then remember, from there I've been given the diameter of this semicircle is 40, so I'm going to take the radius, which is 20. I'm going to measure 20. So I have that, and mark on the upper part and the lower part. So I'm going to strike a semicircle of diameter 40 on this other end and join it to my larger circle. Then I'm going to divide this semicircle also into 6 equal parts. So we have that. So I'm going to join. Make sure you are accurate. So we already have the 6 subdivisions, so I can name. Remember, in my previous video I showed you how to name this part, that the 3 will go to the top and bottom part. Then we have, yes, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So we already have that. So from there we're going to take the center of this circle, of the larger circle, as our center, and open our compass to point 0 and draw a circle. So we're going to draw a circle. So that is our first circle. And then from there, remember, on this upper part we want to show now the interpenetration of this upper part into this cone. So we're going to show it. So the first thing we are going to do, after drawing this circle of 0, we're going to draw a line from this point 0 to touch the circumference of our circle, and this will be our point 1. We already have that line of 0. We already have that as our point 1. Our point number 2, we're going to draw another circle, taking our center as the center of the larger circle and open it to point 1, and draw another circle. So make sure you are accurate. So we have that circle. So we're going to strike a line from point 1 from point 1 to touch our circle 1. So we have another point there, and then don't forget we have on the lower side another point 1. So we have that. So we have another point 1 there. So from there, stand at our center of our larger circle, open our compass to point 2. Point 2. That is our point 2, and draw another circle. So we have that circle. Again, we're going to strike a line from point 2 to touch the circumference of our circle. So we have this point, then we have another 2 on the lower part. We have 2 on the lower part. So we have that point, and then finally we have number 3, point number 3. So the same center, open our compass to point 3 and draw that circle. So we're going to draw a line from point 3 to touch the circumference of our circle. We have that. And that. So we have these points. Have that point and that point. So we already have the points of this upper part where it shows how it penetrated into our cone. Now remember, we are remaining with this. We have these 3 points, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now we are remaining with this, the outer part. So we have 3, 2, 1 and 0. This one shows the lower part, this other part on the lower surface. So we're going to join this first using a smooth curve. So freehand. So we have that. So we have that as our first. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to complete this part. Draw using your HB pencil. So we're going to show this, the lower part, using the remaining point 3, 2, 1 and 0. So we're going to draw also a semicircle. Remember now point 3, we're going to retain point 3 because it's at the middle. You can see I have point 3, our points will remain is that and the lower one. So I'm going to step at the center and open my compass to this other point 2, that point 2, and draw a circle. So where it touches my line 2, I'm going to, so we have this line 2, meet our line 2, so we have that as our point, and on the lower part we have that one as our point 2. From there, open to point 1 and draw another circle. Make sure you are keen. So we have that to line 1. So we have this line 1, it meets our line 1, it meets our line 1 there. We are remaining with the last circle, which is the 0 circle. So I have 2.0. So we're going to draw that circle. So we have that circle. So where it meets our point 0, we have it as that. Remember now, this lower surface, we're going to join it using dotted lines. So we're going to join the points using the dotted lines. So we already have that. So we can complete now our plan. So we already have our complete plan. Now we want to show our curve of intersection on our front elevation. So we are going to use our this complete curve to show it there. So as you can see, this point 1 and point 1 on this other surface, if you are going to draw a line, you'll find that this point and this point lie on the same line. So we can use this 0, 1, 2, 3, the upper part only. So from there, so from point 3, remember this is our line 3. So from point 3, we're going to strike a line to touch our line 3 on the upper part. So where it touches our line 3, we have that point as our first point. And then now, remember we have this point 2. So we're going to draw a line passing through point 2. We have from point 2, have that line. So we have that point, it meets our line 2. Then we have point 1, which is that. To touch our line 1. So we have our line 1 there. And then finally we have this point 0, which is this, to touch our line 0. So we have that point. Remember now we are done with this, the complete curve. Now we're going to use this other one, the incomplete. Remember our point 3 is the same, so we're going straight to point number 2. So we have that point 2. Now you're going to use the lower side. So how we have that 2 to point number 2. So we have here, this is our point, our line 2, have that point, and then from there we have this point 1, we have to touch our line 1. So we have that point, and then the last one we have point 0 to touch our line 0. So we have this point, it touches the vertex there. So we have all the points. So from there we're going to join our points freehand using your HB pencil. Make sure you have a smooth curve. So that is your smooth curve. From there you can show now complete front elevation. Have that. Make sure your drawing is neat. We have a smaller cylinder. We have that. So we already have complete views. But in this line. So we have our complete front elevation. As you can see, we have this line of interpenetration, and this is our complete plan. So this is the intersection of a cylinder into a cone. You can see this is our cone. So we have a complete front elevation and a complete plan. So we have our measurements there. We have 40, the diameter of our smaller cylinder. We have the diameter of our cone is 70, and we have the axis is 90. We've been given this height from the base to the center line of this cylinder is 30 millimeters, and we have this distance is 20. Thank you for watching, and subscribe for more.